Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome back to another meeting of the Cross Country Compatriots. I am joined again by my good friends Chris, Hellscourt, Peter, and Ryan. And we're going to be diving into some not at all traumatizing adventures coming up soon here. But first, I guess, a couple quick announcements. We got some plans coming up for the big Halloween stream. It should be a good time. We're going to do a whole 12-hour stream. We're going to get some D&D in, but scheduling didn't really work out on that. So probably just going to be a bunch of spooky games. Be sure to swing by, check out the costumes. We're going to run some goals, one of which involves me ending up in a sexy nurse costume. So if you want to be part of those shenanigans, that is where you can do that. Yeah, it's great. Speaking
so we're
of
finally going to see Busty Rusty.
Busty Rusty is going to be a thing. So we're going to need to figure out the Busty situation. It's more complicated than you would think. Yeah.
Lusty Busty Rusty.
Lusty Busty Rusty. That could be good. That could be real good.
Very large stakes.
Without underwear. Why would I go without underwear? I don't get TOS. It's really short. It's real short, dude. It's real short. Instead of birds. Wow. I think that is.
Why, yes, it
almost,
is. Thank you.
If that's not a bird's nest, it's something that could be.
100%, yeah.
I love the druid look. Other than that, nothing really new or exciting. I have no real Wednesday streams planned for the ongoing time because I beat Dark Souls finally. That felt good. And I don't really know what I'm going to be doing in the meantime. I'll figure something out. But jumping into the adventure as we left it off, the party discovering the body of a young comrade of Gregory's, young woman by the name of I have it written down somewhere, I promise. God damn. Gregory, do you have her name written down? Your childhood acquaintance. Fucked. Whoop.
Kimmy!
Was it not Aura?
I think it was Aura. It was. Look at you coming in with the fucking knowledge and stuff. Proud of you, buddy. Anyway, your comrade Aura, who was unfortunately seemingly assassinated or taken down by some kind of hunter. Wasting no time and tracking deep into the Daggerwood Forest to the northwest, you quickly found a trail which led you to the camp of what appeared to be a small force of Imperium soldiers, and one rather bandit-looking individual, quite ornate in his dress and clothes. So, wasting no time, coming up with a well-thought-out game plan to engage in some kind of distraction technique, you sent your overly large hound into the clearing, attempting to pretend to be injured, however, failing to do so, at which point Stanislav, running in to save his celestial companion, was immediately put down by an arrow to the chest, fired seemingly from a treetop across the clearing.
I rolled a nat 1 on my stealth check.
That was brutal. That was brutal. Immediately hitting the dirt, the party, wasting no time, sprung into action, and a vicious combat ensued that saw things kind of teetering from side to side there, none really gaining an upper hand. That is until the party closed the gap, shortening the distance, and unfortunately, in valiant defense of Stanislav, who went down yet again, following the vicious blades of the assassin, Gregory too found himself falling unconscious and into the dirt, where he quickly failed his first death saving throw. Stanislav regaining a small modicum of life from the healing prowess of our good friend UI, the unnamed intern that serves our good friend Mr. Maker, sprung back into action, managing to survive a round, but ending off with the assassin looking you dead in the eyes from straight ahead with both weapons drawn, quickly muttering something under her breath and lunging in for an attack against you. And that's where we left off. So, we're going to go ahead and just pick up there, and I'm going to roll some dice at disadvantage, because Kieran is a nice person.
Thank you, Karen.
It's fine. It's going to be with the short sword. It's just a regular roll, because she is flanking, has advantage. So that's a 12,
But
so
you
that
had
helps.
the...
Yeah, that helps. Kieran coming in with the save. The short sword comes in, and you just barely managing with your what meager bit of life force you have left, and what strength still lies within your body. You just bring the shield to bear, blocking the blow as the dagger quickly steps in from the other side. This one, just a normal roll. That one is a 26, however. Finding its way through your guard, you're too slow to get your hand back up in time and block this incoming attack as the dagger just finds its way into your torso and twists. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Is that the? Do I take the
It's
sneak
all
attack damage?
Yeah, because there's flanking and should have been at advantage, but I didn't roll it twice. I could have.
It doesn't matter. I go down.
Okay, so you don't take any extra hits because it all counts as one, so I'm not even going to bother rolling the poison. You once again fall unconscious as the dagger just twists and you feel the wave of poison shoot through your body and you just collapse into the dirt at the feet of the assassin, who looks down at you and just... you can't say she's smiling, but you definitely see what appears to be some kind of movement under the cloth and a satisfied look in the eyes as she looks down at you and you fade from consciousness. That, however, will be her turn. Yeah, she did the offhand attack. So, Stanislav, I need you to make me a death saving throw, please. So far, you haven't failed any today, which is good. Which is good. That's a plus.
It's one fail.
This once failed death saving throw as your body just struggles to cling to life. Mark that down. Mantuka, you're up. You see Stanislav once again collapse and then just kind of shake once as you see the poison once again kind of have effect. Gregory is down for the count. Stanislav is down for the count. There is a somewhat thin but seemingly very powerful Mr. Maker holding a line in front of you and a little bit of a gap to close. What are you going to do?
The green dot one is the assassin?
Yeah, green would be the assassin and the other two are archers and that dude is the commander.
Okay, I'm gonna close the distance with my 40 feet of movement, come up here and make one of two attacks.
One, okay, go ahead.
With my halberd. Alright?
Alright.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna make my second attack. Yeah,
I didn't even see what you rolled. The roll didn't even go through. We're clapping.
The second one did. The second one was at nat 20.
What did you roll? You got a nat 20?
You rolled an 11 on the first one.
The first one was 11, and the second one was a nat 20.
Why is it only going through on D&D Beyond? That is frustrating. Q, try and make it roll onto roll 20, but I see your strike, so nat 20 does count. This might be good. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Roll your damage on that.
16 plus 2 for my rage, so 18 rolled.
18 rolled without any modifiers?
With all my modifiers.
Take out the modifiers, and what did you roll? Because then that's what you double for the crit.
11 without modifiers.
So 22, and then add your modifiers, which is...
How many
so
extra dice
27.
do you roll for brutal critical? Because aren't you raging?
I am. Does brutal critical come on roll?
I don't know if are you that barbarian per se?
Isn't that just a barbarian thing? Thought it was.
Not that I can see on my sheet right now.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll keep the flow alive because you're dying.
Yeah.
Dying.
So, how do you want to kill her? Describe your kill.
Oh, okay. So where I failed with the first one, I want to kind of on the swing back, grab the head of the halberd for some extra leverage and force it up through her midsection and cleave her into two.
You're gonna cleave her in twixt.
Yes, daintily.
Daintily entwixt. So as you step forward and just bring the halberd up, one hand underneath and kind of pull up from the bottom, splits right down the middle, kind of straight up the torso, and collapses, leaving a pretty nasty, bloody mess at the feet of, actually you probably would have covered, unnamed intern in viscera and gore. So, Mr. Maker, your robot's probably going to need a pretty steady...
Mantuka's winning!
Wash down
Yeah,
after this. Oh, God.
Also,
Make it
brutal
happen.
critical is a barbarian thing, but it's level 9, which we're one away from.
There you go.
I am not level 9. I'm weaker.
All right, go ahead and roll your next attack. You still have one, right? So you can.
No, he swung with the first one. And
No, I missed with the first
Oh,
one.
you did. You ran
Second
on.
one,
Yeah, sorry.
nat
The roll's
20.
not coming up in
Yep.
chat. Can you make sure
No
your
worries.
Beyond 20s updated or something? That might be the issue.
All right.
I'm gonna do a test roll in chat as well.
Sure. Worked for you. All right. Next up, we have the archer who's still in the tree, still maintaining his high ground. And it's the little blue dot over there. He is just going to. Okay, let's assess the battlefield for a second here. Oh no. My D&D Beyond is crashing. As usual. Alright.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Oh shit. That was good. That freaked me. That
was
actually
really good.
freaked me out for
Holy
a second. Alright, so he's gonna take aim
Which
at...
one of you did that?
That was Ryan.
Me.
That was really
Oh my
good. He's watching Mantuka just cleave his, essentially the strongest one here in half. Not really seeing many alternatives. Is just gonna take the longbow shots at you. Was a 21 to hit, Mantuka.
Fuck off. Yes, it hits me.
Take 10 points piercing damage, reduced to 5 because you're raging.
I'm not okay with that.
There you go. Well, your attack went through that
Mantuka's still
time. So
winning.
the next arrow is also gonna come at you for a 25.
Mantuka's gonna stop winning.
That's 7 points of piercing reduced to 4 because we round up. So you take 4 points of piercing damage as both arrows just find their way back into your torso. At this point, you have a pretty solid collection of projectiles sticking out of your body. You're looking a
They're
little
mine.
porcupine-ish.
My precious.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Then he's gonna
New
use
piercings.
use his movement to just climb around the top of the tree and kind of just like get a little bit of cover back there. So he's gonna get half cover in the back of the tree through all the branches and leaves. That is going to be his turn. Okay, the commander, seeing that individual go down, is not all that stoked on it. What's he looking like health-wise? He's not looking fucking great either, you shit.
I'm so stoked.
I did not.
I did
I-
a big chunk to him last time.
He's gonna use his bonus action to second wind. They gain 14 HP back. Nice. Okay.
In third wind, I'm still going to kill you.
He's kind of looking around now, looking at Stanislav dead in the dirt, at Mr. Maker, and then Mantuka. Doesn't want to get flanked, so he's going to... You're both using halberds, so if he moves over here, he's still in your reach, so no attack of opportunity. Yeah, he's going to do that, and he's going to kind of defensively just back up, and then take kind of... Yeah, fuck it. He's going to take an attack at Mr. Maker. And roll a fucking 9, dude. Gonna take a second attack
Bonk.
and roll a 14. Both miss.
Bonk.
Unfortunately. Wow. Mr. Maker's had the really good luck this game. Like, I just want to point that out. So he steps back, kind of defensively posturing himself, and then just quickly, like, lashes out with one attack with the halberd, and you quickly parry it out of the way with your double-bladed sword, and then the next one's kind of coming awkwardly from the side. Once again, you just kind of step out of the way as it glances past you, avoiding any like contact whatsoever. Wow. Okay, I went from rolling 25s to 14s. That sucks. Mr. Maker, it's your turn.
Yeah, Mr. Maker.
Sure.
What do you got? It's turning around. Things are turning around.
First things first, I would like to, you know my classic. I got to swing with a green flame blade.
Okay, fair enough.
It's
That is
not
just
the
damage.
best. Oh wait,
That's not an attack.
why didn't that roll the fucking attack?
Also, can someone roll me a D100, please? We got a weather check in chat. So 26 to hit, and the 18, I believe, hits as well. Yes, it does. So both attack hits?
9?
Okay,
That's
so the weather
so
maintains
that's-
itself. The rain continues to fall as it had the day before, kind of lightly, drenching all of you.
that's just my advantage, Rusty.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's
All right, go ahead.
because I got the advantage thing in chat.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
So
to roll
count the
damage
13?
on it,
fair enough, we'll
Oh.
go with the 9.
No, we'll count the 13. I'm
Okay,
fine
we'll
with
count.
that.
We'll count the 13. That's fair. So
I didn't
your first
realize I didn't
attack,
have to roll it again.
as you parry the halberd out of the way, you quickly step back
Plus
and just
12.
go in with a lunge and step into him. And the green flames erupt from your blade as you just pierce into his torso. Damn,
That's 25 total. Because of the flame.
Well, so much for heals, dude. Shit. Okay, so he's like on death's door at this point. He's got like the halberd planted in the ground. He's kind of looking up at you. He's trying to just maintain his composure, but there's not a whole lot left for him.
I will then move my little guy down a little bit, tell him to move, and smack him with the back of the hand.
Your unnamed intern's hydraulic hand lets loose once again, just flat fisting this dude in the back of the head. Just bonk. Go ahead and roll your attack, please.
I am, let's see here.
That is unfortunately a miss.
Yeah. Well, luckily I still have a second attack, and I will use that second attack on him right now.
That one hits.
And I assume that one hits.
Yeah, definitely. So as
Big
the
for,
the steel fist of your steel defender, unnamed intern, just kind of boom off the back of his armor, he kind of looks back distracted as your next strike kind of cleaves right into his torso. He's fuck. He's still standing. He's just barely, like, you can literally see bits of his organs starting to hang out. There's a little bit of entrails kind of just seeping through a gap in the armor that has been cleaved open thoroughly by you and Mantuka. Yeah, he's not good, but he's still up. Is that your turn?
I'm looking. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that as my turn.
Jesus. That turned around quick. That turned around good. Gregory, did you make me another death saving throw, please?
Speaking of turning around.
Turn around. You rolled a
Hey!
17. That's a success. There you go. Mark down one success. You are now 1 for 1.
Do, 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 do.
Okay, that'll be your turn. Next up, we have this guy who kind of fell into the tent.
idiot in the tent.
Yeah, the idiot in the tent. He spent his last turn using his action to untangle himself. He's just going to walk over. Oh God, what's he? No, he's gonna fucking bail. He's out. He's gonna use his movement to go 25 feet this way towards his buddy over here, and kind of doing so, just steps back, and he's gonna kind of awkwardly fire 2 arrows at you guys, directly at Mantuka, I think.
Would I get an attack of opportunity with my halberd that I'm fighting with as he ran by?
No,
me?
he was not in your range to begin with. He was
Oh.
15 feet away from you and stayed 15 feet away from you, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He's fast, just smart, you know? Yeah, Ryan's already rolling death saves.
I'm still
Carried
good,
over. Yeah, you'll get him. You'll get him. He's just gonna fire 2 at you. As you kind of like look like you're about to swing at him, he takes it as a threat and immediately kind of dodges and fires 2 more arrows at you.
Fuck me.
15 to hit. I don't think that hits you. Look at that. And a natural 1. At
Actually, I
that,
lied. 15's my AC.
you take 11 points of piercing damage, reduced to 6 because we round up. At least you're
Such a
raging.
nice guy.
You were just full
Yeah.
of arrows. As you kind of lunge forward, he steps back and quickly just fires an arrow into your torso. The next one goes wide as the bow snaps entirely. Apparently,
I'm an
it's time out in the
involuntary.
rain.
Does the nat
Fucking
one hit
porky.
the commander dude?
No, the arrow literally just flops off, and like the bow just breaks, and the arrow kind of just off into nothing. There's no direction to it whatsoever. That was like his second natural one with that bow, so that's yep.
We just got a
The rains
raid.
finally got to it. The assassin is dead.
Ray, pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew. All right, Stanislav, I need you to roll me a death saving throw, please.
Let's
Hey,
do
we got
this.
a raid. Thank you for the raid, Big Irish. I appreciate
Don't
you,
fuck
buddy.
me, Gil.
Thanks for the shout out, Kieran. Oh,
Damn it,
that is
Gil.
a fail. That is 2 death saving throws as you just struggle to cling to consciousness. All the life or the willpower you have left coming to bear and seemingly beginning to fall short. Mantuka, you're up. What are you gonna do?
Great to Mogus! And then I am going to.
Praise to Mogus, indeed.
move over here and make one of two attacks on this douche canoe that is currently just
I'm just gonna ignore
barely
that.
hanging on. Oh, sorry. And
Shit.
can you see this now?
There's a miss, unfortunately.
And my second attack, though, because I'm always better on the second.
Always better on the second.
Reckless text.
And you miss.
Icicles.
Oh, wow. That's rough.
All right.
That was
Well,
against
then
the
I'm just
commander
gonna
again, right?
Breathe on him and try to keep his attention, I guess.
Oh shit, we got a hype train. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the raid,
And
Big
it's at
Irish. Thank you for all the
69.
biddies, everybody. And we got 69. Let's go.
Let's go.
I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for popping in and enjoying the D&D with us. So Mantuka, you
Thanks for watching
you
my really bad rolls.
yeah, you've had the rough rolls this entire fight, the last session too. You kind of step forward and just bring the halberd down with a downward strike, trying to catch the commander. He steps to the side, just barely, like narrowly avoiding it with what little energy he has left. And you try to lunge forward again. He just knocks it to the side with his hand as you kind of slip in the mud. Those begin to gather around your feet, and he gets to live to fight another round. Apparently,
He won't.
Oh man. The archer who has been up here is watching Mr. Baker do a number on his comrade as well, and seeing Mantuka mostly handled and not really effectively doing anything is going to take 2 shots at. Damn it!
Also,
He's gonna
that
miss
one,
both. Yeah.
that one was the one that was watching me murder his friends over on the other tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
The blue
So
one.
he's got some beef. Anywho, he misses both shots. I'm assuming a 10 and 14 don't hit you.
They do not.
As you're fighting the commander and just cleaving into his torso, you just hear the whistle of an arrow begin to approach. You just step to the side as it whistles past your face, and you do the same as the other one whistles past the back of you. Can't seem to make contact. All right.
Mr. Maker is a badass. I've always said this.
He
Everyone's
is
saying.
definitely a badass.
Agreed.
Yeah, no, okay. He is pretty much surrounded. There's not really any chance of running for him at this point. He's a hobgoblin. Hobgoblin don't run. He is, with every last bit of life he has left, is just going to make a lunge straight for you, Mr. Maker, and just try to just double stab into you with the halberd in a last desperate attempt to try to finish you off. Or at least hit you once this fight. Let's go, dude! Right, 22 hits. You're not going to shield me?
I'm considering it. Hold
Are you
on.
considering? Okay.
No, I'll take it. I'll take
Okay.
it. It's fine.
You take 7 points of slashing damage. Actually, it's going to be piercing damage because he's stabbing you with the spear point as he lunges forward. You take 7 points of piercing damage.
I look him in the eyes. I say you shouldn't have done that.
Oh!
That's intimidating. Do you want to intimidate him? Are you trying to intimidate him?
Yeah, I'll intimidate him.
Roll me an intimidation check, please. I'll give you that. And it's not. A 10 is not really good enough. He's going to.
I'll give that +5, but it doesn't matter. That's
It
fine.
doesn't matter. 15 on a hobgoblin, not really
Yeah,
gonna cut
no,
it.
was-
He's a very
it's fine.
honor-bound creature, especially in my universe. They're very, like, yeah, they don't really back down from a fight, and fear isn't really a thing. Rolls another 22, and you take 5 points of piercing damage as he stabs you again for a second time. Both wounds just kind of sinking into the lower part of your stomach. And he's just going to kind of step back and look at the lot of you, and just through his last little, it's like blood seeping through his fangs. Not even going to say anything. He's just breathing. You see blood bubbling between the teeth as he breathes heavily. Mr. Maker, you're up next.
I want to try to make this one non-lethal.
Non-lethal. 18 does hit.
Okay.
Yep, just barely, but you knocked him out. Go ahead and, I guess, describe your knockout?
I take the side of my blade and just smack him on the side of the head as hard as I can.
Okay.
Ow.
That's easily done. As he's kind of like lunging forward on that last strike, he loses his footing and kind of sinks down a little bit into the muck, and you just step forward with the middle of your your staff blade again, or your double-sided sword, and just bonk with the hilt right in the side of the face in the temple. He falls unconscious into the mud, kind of sinks down into the dirt a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, dude. Is that your turn?
No, it's not.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna cast catapult at level 2. At
It's an action to attack and an action to cast a spell.
Attack.
You can't. You have to use that to attack. You can't use it to cast a spell and attack in the same round. Unfortunately.
Wait, is the catapult not an attack?
No, that's a spell.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The spell costs a whole action.
It does take a ranged attack to do, but the spell itself, casting it, takes an entire action.
Okay, fair enough.
It's really popping off in chat. I just want to say thank you guys for a second. Y'all the best for real. Thanks for coming to hang out.
Let me see here.
Yeah, you can move and do your other attack. That is something you can do. And if you want to eat your double-ended sword, I suppose that's a thing you can do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will just first walk over here. Just right here, I suppose. Where that way I have a little bit of cover.
Full movement. Yep.
And then I will swing with Green Flame Blade on him.
Oh shit! On the archer. Okay, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
That hits. That definitely hits, dude.
Yep.
How is that not? What did you fucking rolled a 19? Yeah, 13. Unless I am mistaken. Yeah. So not even a challenge at this point. You step forward, and even though, for flavor's sake, you essentially come down and carve across the chest, and then follow it up with another. And on the uppercut is where the fire kind of kicks off and it explodes. So as you're cleaving through him, he kind of flies through the air, and there's bits of meat kind of blowing off in chunks as the flame blade erupts through his chest. Damn, dude.
I would then like to use a bonus action to move my to get my boots of the winding path.
What does it take to green flame blade?
Green Flame Blade is just the spell. It's at will.
Oh, it's constant. You had it concentration, or
one action, yeah.
Then you
so
can...
the way Green Flame works is it's a regular attack, and then it's just got the modifier on there.
Okay. Yeah, you would have had to use that at the start, but whatever, I'll allow it. Fuck it. He's already dead. It doesn't matter.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. Oh, it's totally fine. Totally fine. Either way, it works out to the same one action and then the attack. But keep an eye on it.
I want to move up beside him on the tree, if I can.
Yeah, he's about 20 feet up.
I can move 15 feet with it, so.
Yeah, sure. So you're at the base of the tree, essentially, looking up at the archer who's now, like, looking down at you. Very, very much a panic look in his eye. As
you remember me?
As all
Does
of
unnamed
his...
intern have any more heals?
Not exactly, no.
Darn.
Nope. He had the 2 uses. He used them both last time. Unfortunately. That will be it for you, Gregory. You're 1 for 1 right now, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you're doing all right. You're doing okay.
Not doing too bad. Let's see.
Let's go,
me a
baby,
dice.
Greg!
Come on, Greg. Oh, failure.
Oh.
That's 2 failures.
I did just have a quick question.
Yeah.
Future, because it's already passed now. Can I use unnamed intern to do like a medicine check?
You could, technically, yeah. It would take an action to do that to stabilize someone, yes. That is doable.
Okay, fair enough. Would he be able? Would it take one of my actions to get?
He can do.
He didn't do anything at all. That.
One second, because we kind of bent the rules on him a little bit in terms of what he could do, because we wanted a little bit of healing capabilities. I'm just gonna go. I believe so. No, because he can take
one action. Yeah, he's got
so he can take any action he wants, and he has hands, so I don't see why not. And he is kind of your healing bot. So for the sake of RP, yeah, I will say he's maybe not the greatest at it. Like, he's not going to have a passive medicine skill or anything, but he could try.
Would it be possible to kind of retcon and go back and fucking try to pick up Stanislav since he's standing right there?
Yeah, I can send it.
Okay. What do I roll for that?
Just a D20.
Okay.
And his intelligence modifier.
So it's intelligence?
Yeah.
Oof. Ah, that wasn't bad.
Nat 20 minus 3.
Oh.
Wasn't bad.
So,
Take that.
as unnamed intern essentially goes over to Stanislav's just bleeding corpse, just kind of holds his hand out, and you see arcs of electricity begin to kind of dance between them, and the fingers begin to glow and heat up, and he just presses it to the wound, and you just hear the sizzling of flesh as he cauterizes the wound shut. For a successful medicine check. I couldn't think of how else to make a robot do it,
No,
so
it's
he gets cauterizing hands now. We'll work that into the lore. And you are now stabilized, Stanislav, and no longer
Yes.
taking death saves. That was an interesting sound.
That was indeed.
Sorry. I think
No
that was
worries.
me.
No worries.
Was
Oh,
that
no,
me?
that was, I think, me.
No,
No,
that's-
that's
yeah,
definitely not.
Weird. All right. That is, Gregory is one step closer to passing on, unfortunately. Not that y'all really know that. Where is that noise coming from? That is
That's
Deeply upsetting.
Gregory's mic.
that is great.
Gregory's mine.
What is it? What's it doing?
I
It
think
sounds like you don't have the aux cable plugged all the way in for your
yeah,
mic.
give like the USB a little jingle jangle on one of the ends.
Or both of the ends.
Oh, there we go. We're
There
good.
it goes.
We're good. Yeah. No, don't move. Nope.
No,
No. You
there it
moved.
is, there it
You
is.
moved,
You moved
and
it,
you
you moved it.
breathed, and it's over.
You're gonna have to hold your breath for the rest of
Okay.
the session.
Oh shit! Now there's nothing. Now there's nothing. We have no sound. Oh no, dude. The mic finally die. Sounds like Poltergeist. We got ghosts.
I ain't afraid of no
It
ghosts.
could also very well be the computer.
Everyone mute their mic
Maybe-
one at a
maybe-
time.
For a minute.
Just mute your
I'm
shit.
dead, so it's not like it matters.
It matters to
Turn
the
your
rest of
shit
us,
off!
dude. Just mute, dude.
Okay, you're just gonna have to mute and unmute when you want to talk. Yes, I'll come over and help you workshop that later. So Gregory fails one more death save, and we're on to that guy's dead as fuck. Stanislav, you are just unconscious. You are You are alive. You have not shuffled loose this mortal coil, but you are just laying
Just to my robot
unconscious
friend.
in the mud, in the rain. It's not a great look. Mantuka, you're up. There is
Not that you would have heard this, but
one dude
I
left
did-
in the tree.
I did yell at him. Stabilize that bitch.
You get one
Can
command
I-
per turn. Stabilize that bitch.
That's what I yelled.
Is that the new
Stabilize
command?
that
I love
bitch.
it. I love it.
how far is he up in the tree?
15, 20-ish feet, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Oh my.
Well, with that, I'll use all my movement plus my halberd, and I'll try to fucking cleave his butt.
Your halberd gives you 10 foot of reach. There's still 5, 10 feet to deal with in between there, unless you're gonna climb
He's like
the tree.
7 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm
That's
fucking.
true. Yeah, yeah,
moose.
yeah. That checks out. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. You're a fucking moose. Did you just say I'm a moose?
Fucking moose. Yeah.
You're a fucking moosator, dude.
Our moose. Yeah.
That's a new
Instead
one.
of bullhorns, it's
I'm making a
moose horns.
homebrew race called Moosator. It's gonna be a thing. We're gonna do just a deep Canada D&D game.
Yeah.
It's gonna
How
be a
do you
thing.
know you're in deep Canada?
Here, we'll call it Knuckleheads. There you go.
And the BBEG will just be one Canada goose.
Just be a beaver.
Uh,
No, the BBG
just-
could just be a single American.
And with that, will you allow 2 attacks or 1 because I'm like climbing a tree and then like swinging my halberd?
I'll say 1.
Okay, no fair. I just wanted to ask. So I'm gonna do
I
this,
mean,
and I got someone, and someone
yeah.
give me advantage. Just saying.
Just do a reckless
You got
attack
the
and
you got the
can swing
advantage
at
too.
advantage.
You got
Actually,
it,
yeah, I'm just gonna reckless.
Sure.
No, I'm gonna use the advantage from the party chat. That's what you do.
The advantage comes on the next roll, so yeah, that works.
So there, 17. Does 17 hit this jamoke in the tree?
You'd call him a chamoke? What the
a
fuck?
Jamoke. A
Jumbo.
jamoke.
Oh, man, what the fuck, dude?
It's a Jamoke, dude.
Yeah, it definitely does. Just barely.
I'll just roll my dice. It's
Yeah,
cool.
go ahead and roll your damage.
7, 8, 9. Rage-filled
Yeah,
damage.
you get the
with
plus
my
2.
9.
So as you approach, you just hit the bottom of the tree and you kind of jump your iron hooves, weighing you down a little bit. And you just cleave through the bottom of his foot, catching the back end of his calf and the back of his heel, carving almost like clean piece off. He's still up and about, but he is going to be severely hindered in his ability to jump treetops for the foreseeable future.
Did I cut the sever the leg completely?
No, he's still able to move and shit. But
You cut a leg steak off.
You cut like a flank off the calf a little bit. He has a chunk missing.
My booty
Shed
meat!
blood.
No!
That's gonna be his turn now. He's kind of
Aroused.
what? You just gotta look down at the scene. All of his comrades are dead. The commander's dead. Everyone, his friends are dead. He's gonna look down. He's wait. I'm sorry. And he just takes his bow and just throws it out of the tree. And he kind of holds his wound. I was just doing what I was told. Please, don't hurt me anymore. Do whatever you say. Please.
That his turn?
Yeah, he's gonna use. He can't really. I'm not gonna roll persuasion checks against you guys, but he is actively trying to persuade you to stop murdering him. Yes.
Keep killing him.
That his turn?
That is his turn. Next up, Commander's dead. Mr. Maker.
Yes, okay. Let's see. How much do you know about what you're doing here? I ask him.
I just know that we were sent here to talk to the bandits and try to stir up dissension within the kingdom.
I also crawled up before I said that, like next to him.
Climbed up the tree.
Yeah, I climbed up the
He
tree.
kind of recoils a little bit onto the branch. He's kind of trying, like he's losing his purchase as the branch begins to flex underneath him. I'm just here to watch the camp. It was that many points to the bandit who you've just fucking eviscerated with all like the bling and the gold tooth.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a leader, but he came to treat with us, and we're just trying to stir some shit up, as it were. That's all. That's
The captain down there know more about what you're doing here?
obviously.
Okay, then you're no use to me, and I swing at him.
Oh, please no! Go ahead and roll your attacks.
There we go.
That was also green flame, by the way, obviously.
Okay, describe your kill. The 28 definitely hits. He was... yeah, he's fucked, dude. He's so fucked.
Posterity's sake, it's a 23. I don't know.
He's so fucked. Describe your kill.
Well, after I say that I don't need you, I just take my sword and swing it at his head. Green flame billowing out. It cauterizes the brain stem, and his head flies off down the tree, tumbling down the branches. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Yes.
Hitting every branch of the ugly tree on the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at that point, your foe's vanquished as the body just collapses out of the tree and just kind of bounces down through, following the head quickly after, and collapses into the mud beneath. Just the squelchy ass mud. It was a little squelchier than I was going for, but whatever. That's how it sounds now. It's very, very damp. At that point, Gregory would be next, and you spent some time negotiating.
I'm not done, though.
Okay.
My turn's still good, right?
Yeah. What are you doing next?
Okay. I want to tell unnamed intern to tie up the captain, first off. And then I'm going to try to... I should be able to get over there, right? To Gregory.
You're 20
With
feet
Booster
up.
winding
You're
pass.
20 feet up a tree.
Sure.
You climbed it this turn.
Okay.
So that's 20 feet of your movement gone. How much left you got?
I have 10.
Yeah, so no.
Well,
Dang
that
it.
sucks.
Gregory's probably going to be rolling that last death save.
Isn't the captain dead or unconscious?
Unconscious, yeah.
He's unconscious.
So are
let's
you.
see here.
Oh!
I didn't mean it like that. Goddamn. Everyone's unconscious, dude.
Well, No, I still have a bonus action, right? And if a spell costs a bonus action, can I cast it? I have in mind Expeditious Retreat.
Yeah, you didn't use your bonus action this turn.
Okay.
But you did what
Oh.
level is Green Flame Blade's a cantrip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you can. Go
Okay.
ahead and use your bonus action.
That would allow me to dash.
Have an
this
extra
turn?
10. You'd get an extra 10 feet, which means you could physically climb down to the bottom of the tree.
Okay.
SOS.
You are at the bottom of the tree. This is it. Like, this is...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did my best.
Okay, so Unnamed Intern quickly takes to tying up the unconscious body of the commander with the rope that he carries for you, of course, as he does, as he's responsible for most of your inventory.
Gregory.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I need you to roll me
Him over to you, but that was
one-
unlucky.
one more death save, please.
Your mic's good.
So what happens when you don't buy a single healing potion from levels 1 to 9? Just saying. Come on, baby. Let's go.
Okay.
Come on.
Ew.
Your silence means only one.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, it was a 4!
That was nice. Yeah. So, as the lot of you look around, Mantuka, you recover from the wounds you sustained, the arrows having just completely pierced your persons. You're kind of enraptured with that, dealing with the wounds you've suffered. Mr. Maker trying to get to Gregory, but not finding the time. And Unnamed Intern, after stabilizing Stanislav, is occupied with another task. And in all of that hustle and confusion, by the time any of you look over to Gregory, all you see is a lifeless body.
Okay.
A young man laying in the mud in the tent where he was slain.
I tell
If you had any last words, now would be a suitable time, Gregory.
I think the last
of
thing
wisdom.
you'd hear Gregory choke out would be just... Help!
Baby
Can I
Gregory!
go now?
Yeah.
Okay. I yell at UI to pick him up.
UI kind of looks up and sees what's going on. Oh no. And he goes over and picks up Gregory's young body.
I mean, bring him up. What do you think is happening?
You said
here?
pick him up, sir.
Fucking zap the bitch.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Also, Mantuka, get the fuck back.
And as you, I guess only Mantuka's around to
Baby
watch this.
Gregory.
You watch as Unnamed Intern, a truly valuable companion, I'd like to point out, very seriously underappreciated for his time, goes over to Gregory and lays him back in the mud and dirt and just claps his hands together and begins rubbing them. And as you do, Mantuka, and I guess this would be probably the first time you've seen this really in use, Mr. Maker, as well, beyond the testing phase. You see sparks begin to manifest around his hands. You begin to hear a loud hum emanating from inside the chest of this small metallic robot fellow. His eyes begin to glow brighter, as does his mouth, and even through some of the seams in his like craftsmanship in his body, you see light begin to glow out as he radiates, and he presses his hands onto Gregory, and you see just a bolt of electricity shoot from his hands into Gregory's body. Now, there are some rolls to be made here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pull up the sheet I sent you real quick, just so I have the notes. Why are we... Sure. Dude, that's not for anyone else but me to see. It's my notes, dude! Alright. So, there is a roll to be made. It's a high one. It's not an easy roll.
Mm-hmm.
Either Mr. Maker can make it, or Gregory, you can make it. That's between you guys, whoever wants to.
Wait, I can make it?
Yeah, it's whoever.
I trust you,
it's
Hillcorp.
whoever. Okay, so the DC is going to be 15 minus half of Gregory's Constitution score. What's your con score, Greg? Or your modifier? Sorry, not score.
+4.
You have a +4 con.
Hell yeah, baby.
Okay, so divided by 2 is 2.
Okay.
So it is 15 minus 2, 13. So just roll a
13.
straight d20 and try to beat a 13. That's a dexterity check, but it was still a nat 20.
Oh, shit. Did I
Wow.
fuck up?
No, it's fine. It
take it,
literally
take it,
doesn't
take it,
matter.
take
It was a d20. It does not matter. Just added +4 to it. Wow. So as this bolt just lights up the entire clearing, which has been shrouded in cloud cover this whole time, this bright light, it's almost bright enough to wake you up, Stanislav. Like, you see this happen from your unconscious state, just as beyond your eyelids erupt with light. And then Gregory, as it feels like someone has just punched you in the chest with all the strength and fury of Mantuka, as your eyes jolt open and you sit up and find yourself sitting in the clearing, the rain pouring all around you, and just
Shut up,
several
Odette.
wounds in your chest, bleeding openly. You are at 1 HP. Not even, you're stabilized, and you essentially fall back into unconsciousness. You're just on that kind of teetering point. And as you kind of just lay back down in the dirt, looking up at the sky, at the chaos that could have ensued, we're going to take our break.
Had it not been for Mr. Maker, I just want to...
Praise the maker!
Wow.
Actually,
I did.
quite literally, though.
Yeah, that
praise the
entire
maker.
fight I carried. I mean, I don't
You
want
did.
to, I don't wanna
Hard
put too
carry.
much
Oh,
on it.
Wow.
Hellscliff,
Wow.
thank you.
What was that protection racket you wanted to take me through,
Yeah.
Mantuka?
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
let's roll that back.
Whoa,
real quick.
whoa, whoa!
He's talking
You've been
shit.
in one fight. Kame bulala.
All right.
Oh, look at me! I did die in one fight. I remember my first beer.
Oh, I didn't
Um,
just not die.
Yeah. So,
I'm also still alive. Haha! Look at me, leaving butts.
that'll be it. We're going to take our 10-minute break here. We're all going to hit the bathroom and come back and see where this kind of ends up with the rest of the session here. So we'll see y'all in a few. Thank y'all for coming. We appreciate you. Thank you for that hype train earlier. You guys are the best. Scarlet with the biddies, Vorps, Big Irish with that raid and the bits. You guys are the best. Much appreciated. Love y'all. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Please do stick around. We won't be long. All right, we're back.
Always works.
Slight wardrobe change. Thank you, most people, for sticking by. We appreciate you guys. It's been a fun session so far. Holy shit, we're just unpacking that. So, I guess I can put back on the chill D&D music now, which is good. It's nice
Should
to
you,
have some. Dun, dun, dun. Round 2. Reinforcements arrive. Look, it's another assassin. No. So, picking up where we left off, Gregory, having the life shocked back into your heart, you are now stable yet unconscious, along with Stanislav,
Describe this?
bleeding from many wounds. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, after shocking Gregory back to life, you see that the glow did not really dissipate off of UI. He's still kind of overeating. You can see that it's just getting brighter and brighter inside of him.
And go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw for unnamed intern, please.
Actually, just gets it.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah.
To be fair, the explosion only happens on like a nat 1.
Explosion happens
It
if
can
he
happen.
fails a save, doesn't it?
No, the explosion's a nat 1 only, because it could wipe out everyone in a 15-foot radius. There are other consequences to him failing, though. You just didn't... just barely squeak by. So as Mantuka, really, you're the only one conscious other than Mr. Maker to pick up on this. You watch as UI just...
Praise bogus.
You see sparks beginning to fly out of some of the joints. You hear the sound of gears beginning to whir a little too quickly. And then as it sounds like it's just about to burst, you start shielding your eyes from the brightness of it. And it starts to just very casually fade back away, and the colors begin to, or the glow begins to dissipate from the joints, and UI looks up at Mr. Maker with one eye still slightly flickering.
I say passable.
Thank you, sir. Your appreciation is always noted. He twitches. You see the eye just flicker a couple more times. I don't recommend we try that too many times. There, we got a mic in the shot. We got a boom mic in the shot. Chris's it looked like a boom. That was great. All right, that was a kitty tail, yeah. Yeah,
Just the tip, just for a second.
yeah, just a little boom check.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Mr. Maker looks up, or not Mr. Maker. UI looks up at you and says, "I don't recommend we do that again."
I don't plan on doing it too many times.
Just like a couple little sparks. Something like he's okay, but there's something a little off. Like you can tell that doing that a lot was gonna do a real number on his inner workings.
Later, I'll take a check at him.
Yeah, it might be worth it to give him a once over and check him over. So the two conscious members of the party.
Yeah.
You have an unconscious captain currently bound and tied in the mud, and two unconscious party members just laying in the rain as it slowly patters onto the ground. You hear it just hitting the water next to you, almost deafening at this point. Been consistent.
So, this is a little out of character. How would we go about bringing them back to conscious state?
A healing potion, some kind of way
We
to,
don't
some
have
kind
one
of way to. You don't have a healer's kit on you either, so you can't make anything. Eventually, they're stabilized. The only thing that's going to bring them back at this point is rest. You could try to jostle them awake, but at this point, it seems like a good at least short rest is in order to it can at least come back to consciousness.
Well, in that case, I wanna try to like fasten the captain in place.
Yep. Oh yeah, he's not moving. UI did a pretty solid job.
Like tie him down, like stake him down to the ground or something.
Okay. Easy enough. There's a couple like stumps and stuff sticking up from where this clearing had been actually like made at one point. You can tell from like the little logging house on the corner there. This looks like it might have been like a hunting lodge at one point. So there's a few stumps and stuff you could affix him to fairly easily.
Sure.
Mantuka rips trees out of ground.
And
I
two
got
guys, I say we take a little,
true.
take a little short stop here. I think we got most of them, if all of them.
This is a beautiful camp. Yes. Let's loot the bodies.
Agreed.
Praise be to Mogus.
Can I look at
Burn the bodies.
Praise Mogus.
The
Yeah.
one
So
that's currently in bits.
which one? Which body are you checking?
The assassin.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check, please. Jesus.
Delicious.
So, on the assassin, you find two things of particular interest to you. Well, probably three. There's a hand crossbow. There is a heavy crossbow. Both of which are giving you vaguely magical vibes, we'll say. In terms of your intelligence being that high, that's definitely... Is that Chowder just sitting watching you play D&D right now? Not Chowder.
You mean Stuart? Yep.
Stuart.
That's what I'm looking at right
That's
now.
Adorable. Yeah, so you find two bows, the hand crossbow and the heavy crossbow. You find bolts with that investigation roll. There's another 4 of them that are poisoned, seemingly. It just looks like the tip has been kind of coated in what looks like a dried liquid of some kind of a blackish ichor-like color.
Cool.
Not exactly sure where it is or what it comes from, but it is definitely a very potent poison. Beyond that, nothing of any real particular interest. Thieves' tools, some lanterns, oil, flasks. Nothing really stands out beyond the crossbows. You do find a couple empty jars of what looks to be a similar poison that coated the crossbow bolts, and you gather she spent her time coating her weapons with this. There is still a little bit of residue on the short sword, though the dagger appears to be mostly tapped out. Most of the residue has come off at this point. I think that's it for her. In terms of her person, just breaking all that open, appears to be a female tabaxi. So very feline-like features, black fur with little gray patches around the eyes. You kind of pull the mask off and see the mouth just kind of dangling, a gape in one eye, kind of rolled the wrong direction. You see long fangs, one of which has been chipped and the other is just long and curved. And then, in terms of her armor, it is a just very simple but well-made black leather armor, studded black leather armor. And on it, with a roll that high, not something that's readily visible per se, kind of stitched into a fold under the armor that you could really only see if you either pulled it open or looked in there yourself, is what appears to be a... where's my notes? I had notes. Where'd my notes? Read more. The fuck? And let's do 1 second. I have it written down. I just gotta search it out. Okay. You find what appears to be a sigil. A fairly plain triangle in which you see an eye that has been closed and a finger over it that looks like it's doing the hush sign.
I'll hold on to that. I'll like cut it out and hold on to it.
Yeah, you carve it off the armor. It comes off pretty easily. Not quite Illuminati, but similar idea. The eye is closed, however. Like it's being shushed by the finger. If you'd like, you can roll me a history check.
Sure. Might as well.
Mantuka, what are you... Jesus Christ. Wow! Okay.
Boy!
So, even with that, the information you have on this organization is scarce at best, being you're not the most wealthy individual, but you have heard things over the course of your travels and your time.
It's been a long time
trying to be wealthy and hanging out with the upper echelon. While assassination is readily enough available at any given point to be purchased from any self-sword or rogue or thief for a sizable amount of money, there's really only one organization on the continent that has made it to a point of almost cult-like levels. And that would be a group known only as the Oculi Tacit.
Cool.
They are a... not renowned, because if you're an assassin's guild who's renowned, you're not really a good assassin's guild. But
yeah,
they're kind of quietly talked about among the upper echelons of society, people who can afford their services. With that role, you would know that while they are a money-making organization, they are also kind of a religious cult, and all pledge service to the god Kelemvor, the god of death. And while they don't always work in terms of what their deity might want, they do take assassinations just as contracts as well. They do take requests from above, it would seem. Really all you know. It's mostly rumors, wives' tales to scare kids amongst the wealthy, but you always figure there's an element of truth to it. And now, seemingly before you, there is a one of their ranks, seemingly fallen to to all your weapons.
Cool.
Actually, it was Mantuka got the killing blow on that one. So.
Yeah.
Mantuka's weapons.
Yeah. I would like
About it.
to check out the guard captain. If
Yeah, go ahead.
That's
Investigation check for me. Getting the loot's easy. Fairly easy.
Investigate.
Probably
I'm
best
not-
to get the shit off of him anyways.
Yeah.
So he can't just like pull out a little dagger and cut himself.
Oh, I'm such shit. Hold on.
Yeah.
18. Yeah.
That's pretty good, honestly. That's actually
Uh,
surprisingly good.
Yeah.
You could assist him
There's
if you
like-
wanted to, but you're kind of doing your own thing investigating the other body, is what I was figuring. But
well, I was just gonna.
you gonna flash a genius him?
Yeah. Give him a +5.
There you go. So you got a 23.
Boom.
So, on his persons, you do find a number of things. You find halberd. I'm not sure, what kind of halberd do you have? Is it just basic?
Yeah, it's +1.
Okay. So you do find a halberd that appears to have some kind of inscriptions on it. You're not a magically learned individual, so you're not sure if it's magical or just decoration, but it definitely appears to have some kind of like sigils written on it. Kind of arcane
Okay.
markings of some kind. The armor he is wearing is a half plate armor, but it is remarkably light and doesn't make a whole lot of sound when you're kind of moving it around. It doesn't clatter off itself as you would expect it to. Also, you're not a particularly learned individual, nor are you a big purveyor of heavy armor, but there's some really nice armor.
Chafes my nipples.
Yeah, it chafes the nipples.
Fair.
Absolutely fair.
Fair from on sorting through a body.
Yep, that's fair. That's fair. You also
Chafes
find
the nipples.
a glaive and a number of javelins that are like fairly mundane in nature. Then on his equipment, you don't find anything else. With the help, you rolled high enough to find some stuff. So while it is soaked in blood and some of the words on it are no longer visible, you do manage to recover what appears to be a couple of letters that were exchanged between him and an individual known as... I have my notes for this again. So essentially it is a series of letters exchanged from this individual who you now learn is named Aureus. Last name Vitulus. Very, very Latin sounding name. And the name on the letters is Brahmin. Braumin. Braumin, yeah.
Like the Fallout cow.
That's Brahmin, not Brauman. Fuck you, dude. Don't make fun of my cow inspirations. So, on the letters, I assume you can at least moderately read. What's your intelligence? You can read, right? I feel like we've gone over this before.
Whoa, let's not fucking Minotaur shame. I've got a base. I've got 10,
Okay,
so no
you're good.
modification.
Yeah, you can read. You can read.
Okay.
You're solid. Your average intelligence. Essentially
Fucking creep.
detailing an exchange of goods. It seems that the Imperium has pledged to offer weapons and silent financial support to the local banditry, provided they're willing to step up the amount of attacks that they're committing on the local caravans and farmers. Essentially, it's just a series of letters documenting evidence that the Imperium, or at least someone by the name of Aureus Vitulus, has been trying to stir up the local banditry. Though you will note, he was smart enough to not put any markings that would tie him back to the Imperium. And while his armor and the armor of those around you is similar in make to what you'd see on the Imperium military, it bears none of its insignia. That's about it. Yeah. If you're doing some sus shit, you know, you're not just gonna like fly a banner. We are with the Imperium and we're here to fuck with your day. Fuck you.
So we were traveling for a long time, weren't we? Did you
Oh yeah,
get to this point? It
You
was
did
for a
like
full
I think
day
you
or
did
something.
You did about a half day's travel from the camp to here, maybe a little more. You didn't sleep, so it'd probably be coming up to evening time by now, I would say.
So we'd be able to take a long rest.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can take a long rest whenever you want, really. It's just
Okay.
like feasibly you can't take multiple ones in a 24-hour period because that would be shitty, but yeah, you can take a long rest. Absolutely.
All right, Mantuka, you want to watch the captain for the first 4 hours? And I'll get up and watch it for the next 4 hours.
Need
While we wait for our
8
friends to
hours
recover?
apiece for a long rest.
It's 8 hours apiece?
Yep.
16-hour rest?
No. Well, it's 8 hours total to count as a long rest. We usually do like a 10-hour rest and everyone takes 2-hour watches. So everyone gets at least 6 hours. That's how I do it.
Well, that's-
6 to 8 hours of rest is a full sleep.
I just said 4 and 4.
Yeah, but if one of you's awake, if you're both awake for 4 hours of the long rest,
Sure.
you're only getting half a long rest.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But
Okay.
an unnamed intern doesn't need to sleep.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, he can
That's
keep
fair.
he can keep watch. I'll keep watch, so it's not like I have anything better to do.
Fair enough. All right. Cool.
He
Yeah,
just
all right. That's
Peel
fine.
me grapes.
What?
feel you. Where
You don't.
where are you going to
don't
find
have to do that.
grapes, big man?
Find me grapes and then peel them.
You don't have to do that.
Are you sure,
Ban
sir?
me as well.
You don't.
If it's an excuse to get away from you lot for a couple hours, I would go look for some
you
grapes.
just watch the captain. Wake me up if some shit goes wrong.
Roger that. What about them? He kind of gestures to Stanislav and Gregory, both just like lying fucking dead unconscious in the fucking rain and mud.
They just need a good night's sleep. Make sure nobody fucks with them either. Wake
Are
me
we
up
just
if they do.
are we just to leave them in the muck then?
I mean,
Mantuka's gonna walk up and
are
not...
any tents left?
Yeah, no,
yeah.
that tent got destroyed.
The other one got fireballed to death.
There's one other tent that hasn't been fireballed. There's beds over here kind of under the shelter of trees. They don't really look like it on the map, but they are under the shelter of trees. And then this like old shack has just enough of a roof covering that part of the bed that it's dry.
Oh, there you go. I'm just gonna
That was the
go up and grab
commanders.
them both by the legs and like drag them in and toss them in this little hovel.
Yeah, so you just walk
I
over,
think we should
grab.
all try to stay somewhat near each other.
Probably a good idea.
So let's try to move the captain close to wherever we put them as well.
Okay.
Get him tied up.
So Mantuka, you grab Stanislav by the foot and just begin dragging him through the mud. And you grab fucking Gregory, who essentially, from your height, like it's just his head dragging in the mud while you carry him. And then Stanislav dragging behind you. And you all kind of drag over to the house. Unnamed intern very slowly and roughly just drags the commander like face first through the mud. But it's like when you're dragging something that's too heavy and you kind of do like 3 feet and then stop and then another. And he kind of just eventually gets the commander to, we'll say like over here in front. So he's still stuck in the rain because fuck him.
Sure.
Yeah. And then unnamed intern is just going to find a scrapped of tent that hasn't been completely charred yet and kind of sit under it so he doesn't get wet because we don't want him to rust.
Of course.
He is not stainless
He's
steel.
titanium alloy.
Yeah.
He's titanium alloy.
Oh, is he? Okay, so he's fine. He's good. Okay, cool. All right, what do you guys want to do?
It's canon now.
Who's taking what watch? Oh, I have disadvantage on my next roll. Big Sag. Okay,
And I have advantage of mine. Yay.
you do. So who's taking first watch? There's only, I guess it's your robot. If you want, I will allow you to use your advantage on the roll for your robot's watch, but that's up to you. That's your choice.
Did his watch the whole watch?
Yeah.
I think he'll be fine.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll me a perception check using the stats or wisdom stat of your robot. Remind me I have disadvantage on my next roll.
I would like to use that advantage, actually.
Oh, would you? Would you like to? Would you like to do that? Would you like to? Would you like to do that? Maybe you should. Maybe you should.
Okay.
There we go.
Let's fucking go. Oh my god. Let's go.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
That works. I'll take that. Thank you for the advantage.
You're welcome. I rolled that one. Wow. Okay. So, while you're all getting your, and I'm at disadvantage technically, so I'll get to my next roll is still that. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. That's actually worse because I see how I would have, whatever. It's still the one. Surprise.
Yeah.
I hate how it's the next roll. I'm gonna change that.
If only you could have rolled both of those.
Yeah, it's true. At advantage. Anyway, so as the evening's going on, Mantuka and Mr. Maker are getting their rest. Gregory and Stanislav are in just like a dreamless sleep of just pure darkness. Like there's nothing there. Except for maybe the occasional flashback of being viciously stabbed by a rogue and succumbing to death. That's probably more of a Gregory issue right now, though.
Gregory's sweating through his shorts.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
How does healing through a long rest after being decimated work?
Technically, you just get all your HP back because long rest.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Long rest heals stab wounds. But that's because we go, it's like your will to live, less so the damage you've taken. And it's like it's an equal measure of both. So sleeping brings back everyone's will to live is how we make that logical. If you want, we can change that. It's up to you guys. If you want me to make your lives harder, I can. But as it stands, you just long rest and get all your HP back. But for funsies, I'm just gonna throw in a little thing. Gregory, go ahead and just roll me a d20, please. Noted. Thank you.
Okay.
So, as the night begins, that's just for me. Don't worry about it. We're rolling for trauma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
How
You got
much
some-
PTSD do you have?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, how are you gonna cope?
Shit.
So far, you're not coping great with having died, but we'll address that in the morning. Meanwhile, as the night goes on, at a certain point, Mr. Maker, you are awoken by your robot UI, who kind of just shakes you awake. Sir, the gentleman was seemingly trying to cast some magic, so I broke his fingers.
Very
He just turns and
That's
goes and sits back
actually
down.
fantastic.
And all you hear outside is like not quite whimpering, but like pained growls, like someone gritting through their teeth at their yeah. So he kind of just goes and sits back down, just very deadpan. You take that information as you want, but it seems your prisoner was
tell
trying
you
to
why,
escape
keep
or
it
do
going.
some casting. Okay, sure, not a problem, sir. If you could see him smile, his face doesn't articulate enough to smile, but
Sure.
there's a little joy
I can
in the
feel it.
voice.
We-
There's a
we
little
have a
less.
link.
Yeah, exactly. There's a telepathic thing there.
Yeah.
So as you lay down and start going back to sleep, you hear what appears to be the sound of like metal hitting faces. Like UI is just slapping this dude in the face every few minutes when he starts to doze off and shit.
Nice.
Not that he'd be able to now. However, the rest of the night does pass without incident. You rolled a nat 1 on trying to like maneuver his sleight of hand to fucking cast Misty Step out of there.
That's funny.
Big Sag. Anyway, the following morning comes, the sun begins to creep up. Someone roll me a D100 to see. Yeah, everyone hit that long rest button. Someone roll me a D100 to see what we're dealing with for weather for today.
Who's doing it?
I did it last time. Somebody else do it.
Okay, I'll do it.
The enthusiast, Mantuka did it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Fake out.
While the rains have abated, and it is no longer storming out, the sky is still quite gray, and there is a rather sizable breeze blowing. The trees are beginning to shake. You hear the leaves rustling in the wind as the morning comes, and the sun just barely begins to crest out over the horizon, and then quickly disappears back behind the cloud cover. But morning has come. Stanislav and Gregory, you both awaken, having suffered a sizable amount of pain the night before. Gregory, more so.
I assume we wake up spooning because we were tossed in the same corner.
You can't. Yeah, sure, absolutely. It's canon. Yeah, it just happened.
What is it?
Heavy spooning.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Ow. My most of me.
I don't know where I am anymore. What? Stan, is that you? And just like pawing your face.
Yeah, you feel face and then horns and then... Yeah, it's me, buddy.
What happened?
Ow. I think we got just a little bit fucked up
Mm-hmm.
by those people, but we're not
Oh,
dead.
right.
We're not- you hear Yui pop up from kind of just outside the door. Well, you're not dead anymore.
Wait,
You are
what?
a little dead. Just a little bit.
Who? Both of us?
No, just Gregory. He's just a little dead. But, you know, we
Weak
took care of
baby
that.
Gregory.
We took care of that.
Thank you. I feel like I have to thank you a lot more than what I'm doing right now, but
Yeah, you should.
you.
With gold.
I will get you a lot. I don't have
Buy
any.
me grapes, peel them for me, feed me.
Okay, I'll do that. You got it. Mm.
Brownie
Typing
points
in
if you fan
tremendous
me
pain.
too.
Stanislav still laughs.
So they're all gone? They're all dead, right?
Other than this one. kinda
Yeah,
like,
we kept this one
points to
alive. Or I kept this one alive.
Yeah, you see
so we could
the
try to figure
commander-
out what the fuck they were doing.
Commander outside with his hands tied just now in front of him. It seems like UI just
All
wanted
the-
to make sure, and his fingers are just kind of pointing in directions
all-
that they shouldn't be. Like this one's kind of up and to the left. It's like 90 degrees. Like UI did a number on this dude. His left side of his face is just swollen. His eye is just like bulbous. You can barely see. Yeah, you can barely see the fucking like the iris underneath. It's almost just like all swollen shut. The right side of his face is mostly fine. It seems like UI was really focusing.
Is it a big perfect circle from like
It's like almost like it's almost a hand shape. Because it's not a fist. It doesn't pneumatically fist. It just flat fists you, flat hands you in the face. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like almost see like the imprint of a hand, but not quite. It's definitely like pretty messed up though.
I walk over to UI. I give him a little appreciative pat on the back. I would never say good job, but that's about as close as it gets.
He takes it. He doesn't say anything. For the first time, he doesn't have a witty remark.
No. I'm fucking starving. I'm gonna go look for some food.
Okay. Well, don't you think we probably should figure out what this dude's dick is?
I'm gonna get some food and then we can talk to him.
It's furry. It's a hobgoblin.
Not the right kind of dick, sir.
I'm gonna loot this bandit camp for food.
Okay, roll me an investigation check. Go ahead. Food check.
Moldy bread.
Where is that? I just do this. Nope.
You do find some food. Unfortunately, most of it was just kind of very plain, basic stuff, and it looks like the maggots have begun getting to it. It's begun to rot. It seems like they were kind of nearing the end of their food stores, having been here for some time now.
Well, that sucks.
With a 2.
I'll go into my rations then.
Yeah, so you find some dried. You do find enough dried rations among all of them. Like you probably will not need rations again for the next year or so. Like everyone had about like several days worth of dried rations on them. You gather they were mostly surviving on that at this point.
That'll work.
It was a terrible roll. So what's everyone else doing?
I'm just kind of standing over the dude.
He just looks at. He doesn't speak, and he's like trying to snarl at you, but his face is so swollen, it can't articulate anymore. So only the right side of his tooth kind of shows. Can't even open that side of my mouth.
I kick him in the back.
I told you you shouldn't have done that.
I only do my duty.
Well, you got a new duty. Pardon the pun. Because you're shit. What the fuck were you doing here? What is this? Why you out there murdering little creatures? Run around.
Who murdered little creatures?
Clearly you.
We murdered no one. Almost that little creature there. He looks at Gregory and kind of like half smiles.
I punch him.
Greg just like watching still from the pit he slept in, just
roll me an attack.
I punch him in the swollen side of his face.
It's at advantage, but like I'm just roll me an attack because he's fully bound and tied at this point.
What do I swing with?
Just roll a d20 and add
Unarmed
your
attack.
strength to it. Unarmed attack.
Okie doke.
Okay, you pop right in the face. You kind of catch him with the little bit of your grappling hook, like the attachment that's on top of your hand a little, and you catch him. Are you hitting the swollen side of his face or the
yes,
not swollen?
I am.
Okay,
specifically.
so it's just like, and then you see a little trickle of blood come out the side of the eye at this point as it's just swelling to the point it's beginning to crush his eyeball.
Maybe don't be an absolute dickhole to us if you want to stay alive.
My life means nothing to me.
I punch him again.
I'm not even gonna have you roll. You just keep like wailing into him. He's flinching from the pain, but he's gritting his teeth through it. He doesn't seem really. I say roll me an intimidation check because you're actively abusing him while this is happening.
Sure.
Yeah,
I will
that's
flash of genius that as well.
You can add 5 to that.
Just
24.
for posterity.
Oh shit. Okay, so
It's
20.
not-
As the last hit kind of connects, you see one of his fangs fall out the swollen side of his mouth. What do you want to know?
I want to know exactly who hired you, why you're here, and why you were terrorizing this fucking forest. It's a very simple line of questioning.
You know who hired me.
Fucking tell it to me like I'm 5 years old.
Intimidation
As he
works,
hesitates,
and
I punch him again.
he's just taking it at this point. Like, he's absorbing the hits. The side of his face is beginning to swell. There's, like, you essentially pressure burst his face now. He's actively bleeding from a couple wounds. We work for the Imperium. He spits out a big mound of blood and a couple more teeth. And we're here to cause a disturbance.
4.
Destabilizing the kingdom.
So you're just here to destabilize the kingdom. Why don't I believe that?
I don't know. That's your problem. That's why we're here. He kind of gestures to the body that has been fucking cleaved in half by the Minotaur. Was here for him. It's something he carries.
What did she want from him?
She wouldn't tell us. Maybe you should be questioning her.
She's kind of dead, so.
Well, then you'll get no more answers.
Well, I think we will.
I've no more to give.
You're gonna shut your fucking mouth for a second. So this disturbance, it's not for something specific, some sort of distraction. My ass.
This kingdom funds our enemies. The more supplies they bring to port, the more supplies they put to sea. Try to destabilize that, disrupt the flow of goods. When you have
How many more of you are out here?
Just us.
Can I
roll an insight check on that?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Insight check him. Insight check him.
That's my insight.
Ooh.
It's not bad.
Not
It's just
bad.
13.
I got a 20.
No modifier. +0. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, nat 20, damn it. Yeah, he's definitely holding something back. He's not telling you what, but he
Sure.
definitely don't buy that last.
Everybody, take just a couple steps back. I'm gonna do a thing.
What?
Just see if we can wiggle his mind a little bit. I'm not sure if I believe him.
Oh.
And
He
I'm
does
just
not
gonna.
like the idea of you probing his mind with anything, but go ahead.
Wiggle his mind! Wiggle it!
I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth on him.
Ooh.
Okay.
So he must.
He just can't lie. He's not. He just literally
There's a
cannot lie.
save.
Yep,
Where is it?
that's true. You just link it in chat. It should.
I don't have the.
Oh, you don't
thingy, remember? Yeah.
Yeah. No D&D Beyond for you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a Wisdom save. If I had to guess, maybe Charisma.
It's a 15 charisma save.
Oh shit.
And it's a 60-foot sphere, so I'm gonna just.
And you know whether or
Cast
not
it
it
so that
works
he's right
if
on the edge.
memory serves, right?
Yep.
So where you're casting it, so only he's in the sphere. That's not gonna work.
Okay, I
mean, it's
Well,
60
you
foot
could
fucking
pass him,
sphere.
he could
Yeah.
put him
You
in the
could-
very end of it.
You could
right?
put him right on the corner, but people are in the house. It doesn't matter. I'll make it whatever. Yeah, so he's on the edge, and it's not hitting any of your party at this point.
Wait, can I make it?
You also know. No, it's just everyone in it has to save against it. So everyone else in chat, if
Oh, it's a 15-foot radius.
okay,
sphere. So it's
Yeah.
30 feet. It's not that crazy big.
anyone who's
The range is
within
60
this
feet.
conversation, if you want to resist the zone of truth, you can roll a charisma save to resist the effects. But as
I'm
far as it is, anyone within 15 feet of this dude are gonna be within the circle. Save.
Yeah, that's why I had
Save.
everyone back up.
I mean, it's fine. It doesn't really matter if you're all in it. But 15, hell's going. Mr.
I'm
Maker
still
fails.
in shock.
Mr.
I don't
Maker,
think I'm
you
in it,
feel
but-
it doesn't matter. You feel compelled to tell the truth.
Fair.
Stanislav, you definitely feel that your spell has not had the full effect on not only Aureus but also Gregory and Mantuka.
Great.
He's
Well, that didn't quite work.
Still not responding.
Okay.
He's just smiling at you, or you think he's smiling. His face is just really too swollen for him to move his mouth at this point.
Do you think another 8 hours of physical torture will loosen your tongue at all? Or
Do your best.
okie dokie. UI? Well, I just back in
A resident mob boss.
that was intended to be intimidating.
Okay, roll me another intimidation check. The DC is going to be higher because at this point he's fuck.
Yeah.
Seems intimidated.
I want to flash of genius that one as well if I
Get
can.
up to a 30. That's fair enough. I've told you all I have to tell. Now
Yeah,
kill
you
me
haven't
or
told
let
me who
go.
else is here. So we're not gonna kill you. We're gonna keep you alive. And I don't care if it takes a year, 3 years of constant physical abuse as we take you apart piece by piece. You're gonna tell us. I got nothing but time, buddy.
Listen, you don't know me, and I don't know you. I will fuck you up.
I walked away to let UI do his thing. By the way.
You are just boom, boom, just bopping him in the face every 5 minutes. He seems intimidated by what you're saying, but he's digesting it. He's not ready to talk yet. Is like just having experience. Like hobgoblins are very common in the Imperium, usually in high positions and high in the military because of their unwavering loyalty and refusal to betray a cause. They would sooner fall on their sword than betray a cause. So, like, you're kind of...
Everybody has a breaking point.
Yeah, but it's at this point, it's like who breaks first. And it's like the time that he's going to take will be a while. Like, he's breaking, but he's breaking slowly.
Yeah, that's fine. I told you. I'll carry him around with us and slowly chop off little toes. I don't care.
Do I remember our contract for this being dead or alive and more payment for alive, or did the captain dude want
I don't know,
question?
maybe you should take some notes, motherfucker. No. So yeah, he didn't really specify. He did not the idea was to take out as many as you could. And I think there might have been a bonus for bringing in the leader alive. I would have to go check the notes in the VOD to determine that for sure. But I'm going to say now, just out on a limb, it couldn't hurt to bring one in alive.
Okay. Here's what I suggest we do, if I may. I say...
Stanislav is sitting with Gregory, taking 10 minutes to ritual cast Find Steed.
Cool. We should make our way back to the little village, and before we do that, take that body off your chest, please, Mantuka.
Oh, body's been off for a while. Body came off before the combat started. What's up?
Did it? I thought he was still wearing it. He just
No, he took it off to examine it and shit.
Okay, fair. Never mind then.
All right, before we go any further, can people help me get the bolts out of my back that I can't reach?
Yeah, as Mantuka turns around, it's revealed that he seemingly slept with a good 3 or 4 crossbow bolts and arrows kind of protruding from his torso. So
I'll pull out some.
It's gonna be medicine checks, please, to remove these arrows. We're gonna say there's 3 in you, so 11 is just barely enough to not cause damage, but it hurts like hell. It is not as smooth. Gregory too comes up and almost like if there's a residual anger for you wearing his friend as a suit of armor, kind of twists the arrow on the way out.
Kind of forgot about that.
Okay, so that's
there's
one more. So
is my armor shredded?
I mean, there's no real mechanic for armor getting destroyed in this game.
I know.
I would like there to be. I'm considering it, but I will say for now your armor is mostly intact as this individual was aiming specifically for weak spots. Being an assassin, there was very targeted blows. So the 16 is actually good. So as Mr. Maker, you just approach and kind of give your hands a little rub together. You just grab the last arrow this time and gingerly, as you do, kind of just pull it out. The barb of the arrowhead kind of gets stuck and you just maneuver it so it doesn't just tear out a little lump of flesh on the way out.
Cool.
Alright.
So what I suggest we
Arrows are out of
do...
you.
Wait, what?
I said the arrows are all out of you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What I suggest we do is we go ahead and start working our way back towards there. Bring the dead body of the little person. Whoever the fuck that was. I can't remember her name.
Aura, whatever. I'm looking for it now.
Bring her as well. And then we carry him back with us.
Aura. I was right. Aura.
Mantuka, if you would be so kind as to grab him by his broken hands and drag him through the mud back with us, that would be pretty cool.
I'll attach him to my belt for extra dragging.
Perfect.
Fair enough. Okay.
And then let's just start making our way back. We can tell him at least we got some of them out.
Yeah, so essentially what you do is you just lash a rope between his feet that are already bound, tying them together and attach them to the back of Mantuka's belt. So as he walks, it just drags through the forest, hitting all the roots and underbrush on the way through as he goes.
Perfect.
And you said you're making your way back to the camp?
Back to the little village.
Back to the little, where it was essentially a camp, yeah. They didn't have building. It wasn't a village, it was a camp. So heading back to where the werewolves were hanging out.
By the way, is there anybody that can use that armor? Or no? It's a big half plate, right?
Yeah, so that is Mithril half plate.
I cannot.
What about you two?
Maybe?
Mr. Maker can.
Half plate's still
I can?
medium, right?
I think you can because you're the battle master. I could be wrong though.
Yeah.
Why are you making me check stuff, dude? It is medium armor, so yeah, you can definitely use it, Hills. Which would
Sick.
not give you a disadvantage on, but it is half plate, so it'll affect like how much dex you can add to your.
You get to add +2 to that instead of your whole dex.
Yeah.
For light
It's
armor.
AC 15, so with a +2 dex, you max out AC 17 with it. Y'all do whatever you like with it. That's on y'all.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll take it. Maybe not put it on just yet, because I got to do shift weave and shit to it.
Yep, fair enough. Oh yeah, because you got.
I'll
the
give
funky
it to
stuff.
you, but if you sell it, I'm gonna be pissed.
Thank you.
Because I could sell it.
Also, you
Yeah,
guys
I'm not gonna
looted
sell it.
all the you looted the two richest people in the group. No
Mhm.
one looted the bandit, but I'm just gonna say with all your investigations around, you found what I'm just doing some quick maths.
Well, before we leave, I could check the other two.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna load like you find basic weapons that they had, nothing special whatsoever, like very rudimentary weapons you could take and sell if you wanted to. Granted, Gregory already has essentially a whole armory inside his box of holding.
Was the assassin's short sword magical-ish?
Nope.
looking?
No, it was just the two bows that were magical-ish.
Right.
And even then, you didn't confirm exactly what they were. The dagger and the sword were just coated in poison.
Yep.
And the sword still seems to have a little bit left, whereas the dagger has been mostly tapped. So altogether, you find... You find 235 gold pieces.
Whoa!
Nice.
Well, I mean, this assassin's fucking minted. And this is, like, in between, like, gold and platinum, too, so...
And you know I got that tooth, too, right?
235. You did get a gold tooth, which is probably worth half a gold coin.
Beautiful.
You find another 53 silver pieces by the look of that. Yeah. It's 235 and 53. There you go. And that's all the gold you find amongst the folks there. Some of the lower down soldiers don't have nearly as much currency on them as like the two heads of the organization.
Can I try to do an Arcana check on that little hand crossbow?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
And
Natural
my
20.
halberd.
Yeah, so unless you're using Identify, you don't know the exact characteristics of these. The bow's pretty simple. You've seen enchantments like this. You've worked on enchantments like this. This definitely seems to be a +1 and crossbow.
Nice.
It's a
a
basic
plan for it.
enchantment, but and you do know that the bolts are effective for, like they work for both between the crossbow and the hand crossbow. Yeah, definitely magical. And you gather there's a similar enchantment on the heavy crossbow as well. Mantuka's halberd, on the other hand, that is not an enchantment you're acutely familiar with.
But it is enchanted.
It is definitely enchanted. You can gather.
I'll cast detect magic.
It
gonna
doesn't
say what it
doesn't
is, it'll
identify
tell you
exactly
that
what it
you have
does.
magic.
It is
No,
an
but it'll
enchant-
give
it
me
would-
schools of magic.
It is an
Oh,
enchanted sword. I don't know if it has a fucking school. I'm just gonna tell you, for my sake, it's just a vicious halberd. That's it.
Cool.
It's considered vicious. So on a nat 20, you get an extra 7 damage of the weapons type. That's it.
Cool.
It's not all that
Actually,
special,
yeah,
but
I won't
it's
cast detect
nicely
magic.
special. However, you guys make your way towards the southeast, making your way back through the Daggerwood Forest towards the crossroads here in the middle. What's up?
Ikesh has been respawned.
As a dog or as a horse?
No,
As
that's
a camel.
Ikesh is the horse.
I forget all the names. Okay, so Ikesh the warhorse eventually reappears throughout the morning meditation, we'll say. And you are
Only
once
takes
again
10 minutes.
greeted by your spectral warhorse, who kind of greets you. Hey, buddy.
Hello. And pull an apple for him.
You look like shit.
Probably half squished. Yeah,
it's
no.
got like a little blood on it, but he eats it anyway. You look like hell.
Well, I was just about there.
That's a rude thing to say.
You can't hear this.
I know. It also wouldn't have affected in game at all. You look like hell. Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
riding Ikesh back, or are you just leading him through the forest?
No, I'm gonna let Gregory ride Ikesh.
Oh,
Yeah, Gregory, who's still looking
Yep.
pretty rough. Like, he may have healed up overnight, but, like, there's... The wear and tear is still very visible. The wounds haven't healed at all. They've stopped bleeding, and he is alive. But there are still... You might want to get those looked at a little. But between the lot of you, who's carrying the dead girl?
I'll carry the dead girl since Mantuka's
Mantuka
dragging
is
the dude.
dragging the dude.
I always get in trouble when I carry the dead girl. Don't like how I carry the dead girl.
Hey, I like how you're carrying him.
Can we can we have like put her on one of those like cot bed thingamabobbers and just like pulled her on that so that we don't have to drag her?
though? I'm not dragging her. She's
He-
small.
Oh,
she's
okay.
I mean, she's a 17-year-old girl. Like,
Yeah.
she's an elf and a ranger. She's pretty lithe. Easily
Okay.
carryable.
Sure. Never mind then.
Where's my...
That's Ryan actual.
It's literally just carrying Ryan. That's it.
Yep.
Where
you listen. You're right, but you didn't have to.
just fucking call you out.
I'm in
like
this
that.
picture and I don't like it.
Just trying to find the fucking notes. All my notes got mixed up. I don't like it.
Yeah, I guess we're making our way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the actual page of the notes I have for these dudes, which is apparently hidden away under some shit that I forgot existed, so that's a thing.
By the way, this whole time Gregory is barely moving, barely talking, and anytime you talk to him, it's a solid 3 seconds, and then what? Oh yeah.
I understand that, though. I respect it. Okay, I feel like this is the right dude. It is the right dude. Nice! Fuck yeah, I found my notes. Okay, so you make your way back towards the Fangtusk Caverns, where you know a small tribe, I guess you could call them, of lycanthropes have seemingly taken up residence around a very fey-touched area of the forest. Gregory himself having a personal experience with these folks, and Ora being the now deceased niece of the leader, Orlean. We're gonna truncate the travel, even though it's about a day and a bit. We're gonna just move it along, and for the sake of brevity, after you kind of find your way to the road, find the crossroads, and then just make your way back into the southeastern portion of the forest, as the sun is beginning to fall beneath the horizon, you approach this clearing that is now quite heavily fortified, thanks to the efforts of all of you combined. Some more than
Praise
others.
Mogus
Praise
and his
Mogus.
defensive nature.
However, as you arrive, the scene isn't quite the one you left. Where some of the defenses were sturdy and standing, you now see some of them lay in ruin, seemingly charred or destroyed. Some of the tents have been burned. A number of individuals lay dead. Most of whom, not all of whom, seemingly wearing a similar armor type to the ones of the people you had just faced. It looks like there was some kind of engagement here between the forces who call this home and the forces who were let's say invading for the time being. And as you approach, you do see a couple members of the tribe do lay slain, mostly unclothed, which suggests they were taken down while they were still in their various lichen forms. However, as you approach the clearing with Aura in your arms, Mr. Maker, you see the rather large individual who leads this group. Wounded, definitely seen the harsher side of a battle. There's a large gash across his chest, kind of a scrape down his face that goes down onto the neck a little longer. Probably would have been a death blow. But he still stands large, still quite hairy, even not in his bear form. And he's kind of just trying to maintain a sense of calm at this point. The battle seemingly has been won.
Sure.
He looks up and notices you as you all come, and he seems very purpose-driven. He's very like, let's do this. Keep everything moving, keep people working, and people will be happy, or at least distracted. And as you approach with the body of Aura hanging limply in your hands, he immediately, whereas he was kind of up and talking and his arms were moving around, just fall to the side, and he stares at you with a very mournful look on his face that very quickly becomes anger. And for a brief moment, you see a flash of those very bear-like features. The fangs kind of grow briefly and then recede a little as he kind of like, you see him exert himself to regain control. He's clenching his knuckles so hard there's blood now seeping from under his fingernails.
I step up to him and say, we got who did it. Every last one of them.
Yeah.
He looks behind you and sees the prisoner.
Except for him, who we're trying to get the rest of the information out of. But the person that actually killed her, we chopped her in half.
You have proof. We're a body.
I mean, we got this guy, but I wasn't going to carry... I mean, I can take you back over there if you want to go.
There wasn't much of her
There
left.
wasn't much left.
I'm glad to hear it.
Please, is there anything that I can do to help? Can I help heal some... do you have wounded?
Yeah, look around. They're everywhere.
Gregory immediately, wordlessly, starts running towards where he was just mentioning.
He puts his hand on your shoulder as you begin to walk past him. He sees the shape you're in. Perhaps you should worry about yourself first. One.
I don't think there's time, and I kind of like really roughly throw his hand off and just keep going.
He's gonna remain absolutely resolute and like hold his arm. So are we contesting athletics checks?
Hell yeah! +0, let's go!
Believe in you.
See it, come on. Oh my god!
Oh, damn.
One natural one.
Nat
Wow. Nat 1 versus Nat 20. Okay.
I just...
Yeah, you put your head down and try to like walk, and he's just holding you there. And you're,
It's like when a
He's doing
taller
that thing
person
where
is,
it's
yeah,
like-
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
almost, and you're like trying to prise. You get like one big finger off of his fucking off your shoulder, and then like the next one, as you're working the next one, the other one comes down, and you almost feel like the claws begin to grow and just grab into your shirt ever so gently.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. I just slowly back up.
He just gives you a kind of hard pat on the back as you. He just says, "Go get yourself checked out." And he gives just a
Okay.
smack and just gestures you towards the tent that Stanislav is already walking towards. You enter and find what appears to be. Go ahead.
First, I'm gonna give the captain 10 points of lay on hands.
He sees you
Give him
approaching.
some.
I'm fine. Thank you.
I have more than enough to go around. Please, that looks
Trust
painful.
me, they need it more than I do.
All right. Okay.
He just goes back to what he's doing. He takes. Gonna
I
take
put
Ordo's
Aura at
body.
her.
Yeah, he
I
just
put her
takes.
at his feet.
He picks her up and just essentially walks out into the woods, disappears from sight at a certain point. You, Gregory, would know, you were here long enough, that there's specific funeral rites that they go through, and eventually the body will make its way back into the clearing below where you met your patron, individual who gave you your mask, but he seems to be going out to begin whatever ritual it is they perform when they lose a loved one.
I was walking towards the tent, but then after seeing that, I just stopped dead and just watched them as they disappear, and then a solid minute after.
Yeah. And as you guys enter the tent, you find what appears to be a triage, kind of very haphazardly thrown together medical tent here. There is a number of individuals all looking quite worse for wear. Some people have had limbs completely severed, others are just bleeding from several wounds. Others seem to be closer to death's door, while some seem to be on the verge of surviving. It's up to you guys who you help and how much help you can provide, but
I send UI in there too.
yeah, with his goo. He's got some goo.
Well, he's got plasma hands.
He's got the plasma hands. The cauterizing plasma hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to work on some people with my lay on hands and with my is it cure wounds or healing word that I have?
Roughly how
It's
many
cure
people
wounds.
are
Yeah, it's
on
cure.
death's door, would you say?
Death's close
that
to
question.
death, probably 3 or 4. You
Well, I
probably
wanna
have
find the
about 4 or
worst
5
too.
people in the average, and then some people who could probably be fine with just like a light bandaging.
I want to send UI towards whichever ones are the worst too.
Yeah, so it appears to be an older woman, probably in her 40s. Looks like she's lost an arm and has a rather deep gash right into the collarbone. You can see some of the bone exposed. And then the other is maybe Gregory's age, a young boy who seems to be wearing like the torn clothes that you had seen other lycanthropes wearing. It seems like this individual was wounded while they were transformed. Also seems to be suffering from several stab wounds.
I'm gonna go to the other 2 worst people.
Same deal, missing limbs, missing parts, and overall a very rough time. But even though you guys do have magic and everything, I'm gonna have everyone who's participating in the medicine stuff here to make me a medicine check just to see how this goes. Gregory, it is up to you, and if you actually want to follow Borlean's advice and get some rest, or if you want to help out, I will let you make that decision yourself. But
I'm gonna cast enhance ability on myself.
My favorite fucking thing.
Mantuka's helping too. Nice. Mantuka's
Nice.
moving some of the
Dirty
folks
20,
around.
Mantuka's gonna be like
Yeah.
field medicine, like jamming holes with cotton.
Whoa.
I'm just
Yeah.
plugging holes.
Yeah, Mantuka's essentially like slapping bandages on people who don't look that wounded and are maybe here like don't need to be, and he's like slaps fucking bandage on someone's scraped face. He's like, get the fuck out of here, and he's just moving people out, so like clearing room for other people who need help.
I rolled a 5.
Mr. Maker with the flash of genius is a
I'll give you another
19.
flash of genius as well.
There
So
you go.
10.
There you
Well,
go.
you have +4, don't you?
No, I have no. Those
No,
that's
that's
my.
rolled.
I cast enhance ability on myself. Those were my
Oh,
medicine checks
gotcha.
You
plus
rolled
0.
rough today, dude.
Yeah.
10 is
I just
better.
can't roll to save my life. Literally.
Yeah. You literally, yeah, no.
Other people can
You almost died, yeah. Yep.
can save my life for me, but not me today.
So between all of you, I'm assuming Gregory, you're getting some rest in.
I'm
gonna
just
use
sitting
all
here
of-
for the tent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use all of my spell slots, all four first level spell slots, and all 40 points of
Absolutely.
lay on hands to help people.
I'll spare the dying, whoever needs it, if anybody needs it.
Anyone that's really close to death too, when no one's watching, I'll kill them too, just to get the bed space.
I take the worst ones out, clear up that bed.
No,
Wow.
not quite. GG.
Wow.
But only when Sanslaw's not looking, so he doesn't notice. He's like, "I'll see you later."
I respect it. I
Fresh
respect it. I truly do. So between the lot of you managed to get most of the people to at least like a stable condition. No one's really looking like they're in intensive care or anything at this point. Some
8
of the other
hours of
folks are
rest, you'll
cleared
be
out.
just fine.
8 hours of rest. Those wounds will close right up. That eye will grow right back.
Yeah,
You'll be great. You'll be great.
You're
You'll be
missing
fine.
an arm, you'll get it back.
You don't need an arm. Arms are
You've got plot
overrated.
immunity.
Yeah, plot. What?
Gone.
Overrated.
He's dead next episode, dude. He's dead
Yeah,
next
no,
episode.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
He's. This is not good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the day continues. It takes you a good chunk of your day just taking care of people and managing what you do. Gregory, you just lay down, you find a bed, and like at a certain point, Stanny comes over and begins taking care of you too, putting little heals in you. The wounds have like stopped bleeding; they're not infected. He's beginning to heal you up a little bit. You're still gonna you're gonna feel this for a couple days. You died. You literally died, and that's something you're gonna have to address mentally.
Yeah, probably.
As
what?
I'm helping them. How you feeling there, buddy?
Um,
I pat you on your head. Up there.
I've never really gone outside of my house before a couple of months ago, and now I've gone outside of this realm of life. It's a lot, but I kind of feel like, I did that, right? Like I did that by myself. I didn't die. That was a lot of help, but I didn't die. I held on long enough, so in a weird.
No, you didn't. You hear from inside the tent.
Yeah, lots and lots and lots of help.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like I can do stuff now. I kind of grab his wrist. Speaking of doing stuff,
Yep.
What's the deal with that book you showed me a long time ago? Remember that book?
The one that I had chopped in half, or the other one?
That would be it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Was that stolen?
Well, no. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Well, there was sort of. Do you remember when we met you at your camp? We pulled up in this like chariot type of thing.
Yeah.
Up in this big SUV, dude.
Yeah,
Hydraulics,
Full
dude.
Escalade treatment.
it was that whole thing. Pretty sure. Yeah, because that's where that book came from.
That lady, that scary lady, she just said, shouldn't take things that don't belong to you. Is there going to be more people coming?
Well, I don't know.
And then
I didn't see that one coming early. Till I recognized who she was.
the grip on your wrist gets harder and stronger, and I hope they do.
We'll be a bit more ready next time. How's that sound?
We're gonna be ready. Would you start training me actually in the mornings?
I mean, if you want to join me for those, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I look over like out the door towards where Mantuka's slapping people, and I'm gonna try and challenge him again. Not tomorrow, not the next day, but soon.
Just be careful with it. You know, he's a big, vicious guy, and he won't hold back his punches.
He's a natural disaster wrapped in hair.
That's a pretty good description of the guy.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. And I just lay back down, close my eyes, and just kind of like with a smile, just fucking amazing.
Drift off. Okay. So, as the day comes to a close, all of you having helped, rested, recovered, most of you, Gregory, not so much. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, while I was making UI do that stuff, two things. First, I want to keep fiddling with my little
Grappling hook.
wrist bracer.
Mhm.
Always, whenever I have free time, just fiddling with it, trying to make it a little better.
Okay.
And I also kind of want to start work on a second one, similar, but not the same.
In terms of what you could accomplish in a day, you're gonna have to pick one project, but
That's
let me
fine.
know. Let me know which one you want to do.
I'll start
Okay.
since I've already done the first one, I want to start planning out a second sort of one. Maybe
Oh, you want to have a second one on your own? Okay. So I'm gonna say for this one, then we'll be let's say an intelligence check, adding your proficiency for Tinkerer's tools. And you're going to roll it at advantage because you kind of already have a design for this done, and you're just looking to like alter it enough to make it different, but still function the same.
Cool.
That's 18 and a 24.
Plus 3, so 24 plus 3 is 27.
Yeah, so no sweat. It doesn't take you long. You take the idea you had already done and just kind of sketch it over on another piece of paper and kind of look at some areas. And like now that you're drawing it again for a second time, you see spots where you could have improved the first one. So you go back to that and like alter it and tweak it a bit.
I'm gonna make it with a different attachment. It's not actually firing a grapple. It's going to have that enchanted hand crossbow attached to it.
Sweet.
It's like a little...
Yep. I mean, it still functions ideally the same. Pulleys, gears,
That's what I was
stuff, science. So you managed to essentially get like the design done for what will be more or less a wrist-mounted crossbow with a little effort. It's going to take some time and tweaking because taking a magical item and incorporating a new item to the design could be a little bit tricky, but it's definitely something you could begin to work on. Bolt blaster arm, absolutely. I'm so down for it.
Go gadget bolt blaster arm.
That's the sound effect it makes every time.
Gonna have, so you want to see? It's also gonna have like so around the bracer. Like if this goes out like I want it to, it's gonna have like a magazine tube more or less that feeds new bolts into it, so you don't have to like refill it all the time.
You're gonna have to send me some sketches on this shit. Okay. So, as the group of you spend the day doing whatever it is, we don't have a sexy lighting redeem, Aves. It's not. Maybe next time. I'll get that one too. Rusty wants character sheets. People want sexy lights. I don't know what to do. However, as the rest of you spend the rest of your day doing whatever it is you will. Healing, resting, tinkering, working. You all begin to prepare yourselves to tuck in for a long night of... Oh, that's spooky. Long night of rest. Stanislav, you are gonna go to sleep in the knowledge tonight that the last thing you saw before you went unconscious was a 15-year-old boy standing over your body, taking a knife for you. Mr. Maker, you...
What's up?
Seemingly quite satisfied, having proven yourself not only a capable inventor to this point, but a worthy combatant if ever there was one.
Mm-hmm.
Mantuka, once again having achieved glory for Mogus, patron deity of minotaurs and warlords alike. And Gregory, having died for a friend, literally put your life on the line, you dive into a somewhat restful sleep. As you do, flashbacks of what you experienced begin to pop through your head. You feel the knife once again finding its way into your torso, the poison spreading through your body. And throughout the night, you wake up in cold sweats. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Do my auras
residual poison? You're fucked. No.
Do my auras still apply when I'm asleep?
No. I'm gonna say no. The auras do not apply when you're asleep because you're not
Could
there
I
to give
flash
it.
of genius that?
No, you're asleep.
I know. I'm just
Gregory, you do not get a full night of rest. You take a point of exhaustion as you are racked with memories of the experiences from the day before. We're going to see how that progresses as time goes on. So you can add 1 point of exhaustion to your sheet. And as the morning...
my, psychoanalysis skill check. I'm not seeing that.
You need that one on there. So as the sun rises the following morning, all of you having taken what rest you can, you all awake to see Borlian carrying the now wrapped body of his niece, Aura, into the clearing once more. Seemingly wrapped in various kinds of foliage that he could find and vines from the forest. And that is where we will end today's session. We'll pick up next week. Or we'll pick up in 2 weeks' time and return to this moment and have a little funeral, I guess. See where we go from there. It was a little heavy one today. We had some big moments. First real close, like almost lost 2 players in a single game. That hasn't happened before. I want
I think
to.
I'm fantastic.
It kind of sort of has.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
saying.
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, in the meantime, I want to thank everyone who came out tonight. Y'all are the absolute best. It was a crazy good turnout for the D&D stream. Again, thank you to everyone who followed. Seeing the Shooter, Insomnia Night, Big Irish with the raid, all the biddies that came in, the Hype Train, JTB doing moddies all night, Aves, thank you as well. Soda Pop as well doing mod duties. We appreciate all of you. We'll be back in 2 weeks to include this little side quest and see where we end up next after this. In the meantime, I will be back tomorrow morning with some, I don't even know, because we beat Ghostbusters, so I don't have any games planned out for tomorrow. So we'll figure something out for the morning, and it'll just be a surprise. And we'll catch you later. Have yourselves a good one. We're just going to find someone in the community to raid out on.
That's cool.
Pass it over to the other D&D folks. Hell's Corp, real quick, being the only other streamer in the group, if you would like to say a little bit about yourself and what you got going on, now would be the good time, my friend.
Yeah, sure. Go to my stream. Goes to my streams. I stream tomorrow. I go and stream, and then I'm stuck in the back rooms, as you can see clearly. So like, this is all I can do. Luckily my computer fell through, so that's kind of cool. That's kind of pog.
It's nice that you got a computer in there and could make the D&D session.
I mean, really overall, like, it's not that bad. It's kind of pretty close to the Hell's Corp offices.
All right, let's find someone doing
it's pretty nice.
Someone doing some fucking
that together.
Aside from the occasional soul-sucking ghoul, it's not that bad.
Well, you just gotta hide sometimes. I got a little fucking closet over there. I just pop in there, and then he walks away.
Hiding in the closet, dude?
Occasionally.
Wow. Okay, that's
I had a nickel.
And if you can deal with the occasional blood-curdling screams coming from whichever direction, I mean, it's not a bad place.
From everywhere yet nowhere.
Yeah,
trying to find someone good to raid out on in the D&D
like
community.
my apartment.
I've raided everyone I give a fuck about in the D&D community. What do I do, dude? All right, we're gonna go. Victor 7 TV is streaming.
Raid someone you don't give a fuck about.
I mean, I'm just raiding someone I don't know. I give a fuck about them because they're D&D streamers. So Victor 7 TV, we're gonna go ahead and just shoot a raid over there because
remember,
they're streaming some D&D and they got cool maps. Be sure to say hi for the Rusty. In the meantime, we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace out.
Don't forget.